family, friends, faculty, and distinguished guests, the class of 2024. Please stand for the national anthem sung by the Aspen High School choirs. Students, faculty, friends, family, distinguished guests, it is my privilege to be here with you at the 135th Commencement Ceremony of Aspen High School. It is now my pleasure to introduce our stage guests. Audience, will you please hold your applause until all of our guests have been introduced. Guests, please stand when your name is called. Members of the Aspen School District Board of Education, Dr. Krista Giesel, Ms. Stacy Weiss, Dr. Susan Zimmett, Ms. Sarah Daniels, and Ms. Cassie Harrelson. Members of the Aspen School District, Dr. David Baugh, Mr. Theron Mulberry, Ms. Becky Oliver, Mr. Josh Barrow, Ms. Eileen Knapp, Ms. Karen Hawks, Mr. Brennan Dignan, Mr. Brennan Dignan, and our commencement speaker, Ms. Darcy Gechter. Thank you. A special thank you is extended to our stage guests. We appreciate that you have all come this morning to honor our students at this commencement ceremony. Now I would like to please welcome Superintendent David Baugh to the stage.
Thank you, Sarah. Greetings and welcome to the graduating class of 2024. To our family, friends, and faculty who have joined us today, thank you for being here on this incredibly beautiful day. Graduation is always a day of reflection for me, as I am sure it is for many of you. While the journey that you have been on has been incredible, and it's taken many years, the last 4 years have been super special. They've been fleeting. Only 4 years ago, you were forced to endure the trials and tribulations of the first global pandemic since 1918. And you navigated that with grace and composure. You made the most out of it, and it's incredible. We're back to normal for the most part. classes are rolling. Ex-Ed is wonderful and transformative. And I gotta say, the surprise bouncy house was pretty amazing. That was a lot of fun. What interesting memories you all will have of the last 4 years. It is also a day of anticipation for new adventures. Some folks will be on gap years. Man, I wish they had those when I was your age. I'd still be on one. Some of you are off to university and college and trade schools and careers. So awesome. The future is incredibly bright. What is special about this graduating class, is that you're gritty, you're resilient. I know many of you, and you are funny and generally pretty darn kind. Those are traits that will serve you well in the future, regardless of your chosen paths. Having attended one or two of these commencements in my life, I can attest that this is a special, special class. On behalf of the faculty, administration, and the Board of Education, it gives me great pleasure to formally begin the commencement proceedings for the class of 2024. Mrs. Strasburger.
And now there is a very special group of exceptional individuals I would like to recognize. Their hard work, compassion, and dedication to academic excellence have supported the accomplishments of our graduates here today. Will the faculty and staff of Aspen High School please stand and be recognized? And now, will the faculty and staff from Aspen Middle School, Aspen Elementary School, the Aspen Cottage, Aspen Community School, and Aspen Country Day School please also stand and be recognized? And now I would like to have a special recognition for our retirees from the Aspen School District. I'm hoping you're both here. Please stand and be recognized. From Aspen Elementary School, Jill Pisani, Miss Jill. Miss Jill has been with the Aspen School District since the fall of 1994, celebrating 30 years. Thank you. And from Aspen Middle School, Ms. Amy Gensch, who has been with Aspen School District since the fall of 2005, 19 years, and she might be one of the only teachers to teach in all 3 buildings. So congratulations, Amy. In our ever-challenging world, I am more grateful than ever for our teachers and staff and the people that choose this profession and stay in it. So one more round of applause for our educators. And now, please welcome Mino Khan-Faruqi to the stage to perform Circle Game by Joni Mitchell.
a child came out to wander, caught a dragonfly inside a jar. Fearful when the sky was full of thunder, and tearful at the falling of a star. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in this circle game. Then the child moved 10 times round the seasons, skated over 10 clear frozen streams. Words like, when you're older, must appease him, and promises of someday make his dreams. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game. 16 springs and 16 summers gone now. Cartwheels turn to car wheels through the town, and they tell him, take your time, it won't be long now, till you drag your feet to slow the circles down. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game. So the years spin by, and now the boy is 20. Though his dreams have lost some grandeur coming true, there'll be new dreams, maybe better dreams and plenty, before the last revolving year is through. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game. And go round and round and round in the circle game.
Thank you, Mino. That was absolutely beautiful. Now I would like to welcome our senior class president, Claire Irvin, to the stage.
Thank you, Sarah. Good morning and congratulations to all of my peers. I'm so excited to embark on the next chapter with each of these students that I have grown to know. Helen Keller once said, "Life is a daring adventure or nothing at all." And as my classmates and I begin the post-high school adventure, I can only attempt to anticipate the discoveries that we will encounter. I am honored to introduce Darcy Gechter, an Aspen High School alum and adventurist. Darcy is the first woman to kayak the Amazon from source to sea, a role model of daring adventure for all of us. Darcy is not only an amazing athlete, but a businesswoman, author, and groundbreaking inspiration for all women. Her endeavors include the Amazon River, winning numerous whitewater kayaking races, and a climate change activist. We are incredibly grateful to host Darcy here today to share her experience with her adventures after Aspen High School as we begin our own. Please help me in welcoming her to the podium.
Congratulations. Thank you. All right, I made it without tripping, so that's a good start. It's an honor to be standing here in front of the class of 2024. Congratulations to all of you proud parents, grandparents, friends, and other family members. But most of all, congratulations to all of you sitting on this stage today. You've worked hard for this moment, and you're about to start one of the biggest adventures of your life, going out into the world and finding out who you are really going to be. Now, graduating from Aspen High School has already given you at least one advantage. Aspen is a complicated town, but growing up here with all the associated freedoms and opportunities is already something that sets you apart from other graduates. Of course, it's going to be kind of weird when people ask where you're from and you answer Aspen. There will be this awkward silence while they try to contemplate what it meant growing up in Aspen, and while you try to think of ways to convince them that you're really just normal. But you'll eventually realize that you are not normal, and that's a good thing. In that vein, I've spent a lot of time trying to figure out why I was invited here today, and for the life of me, I can't figure it out. I was not voted most likely to succeed. In fact, I was voted most likely to be on the TV show American Gladiators. So if you all don't know what that is, think American Ninja Warrior, where athletes are pitted against each other in feats of strength, but with slightly less obstacle courses and more fighting between contestants. But I have always looked pretty much like this, which is to say nothing like a gladiator. So the whole American Gladiator thing was a bit of a stretch. But my classmates who knew me well had come to recognize my annoyingly stubborn determination, my drive, and my feistiness. And all of these characteristics have come from the fact that I have spent my entire life listening to people tell me that I was too short, not strong enough, or just too female to do all the things that I love to do. But these people's judgments of me never fit with the ideas that I had of myself. So I fought hard never to let their truth become my truth. So when I was told that I was too short to play volleyball or not strong enough to be a good kayaker, I just set out to do everything in my power to do what I knew I was capable of doing. And in not listening to these preconceived notions about what I could or could not do, I found my own kind of triumphs. So no doubt all of you have felt frustrated at one point about what other people expect you to do or the plans others have laid out for you. And I think the AHS leadership invited me here today to show you all an alternative way of thinking about success. So I never did end up on American Gladiators, but I guess you could say that a lifetime of kayaking adventures was the next best thing. In 2013, I became the first and only woman to kayak the Amazon River from source to sea, and part of the first team to do the entire thing in a kayak. It took us 148 days to paddle 4,300 miles. It was amazing to see every inch of the world's largest river, but it was also extremely challenging. We had to deal with months of living out of a tent, billions of bugs, eating the same dehydrated meals day in and day out. We had threats to our safety as we paddled through an infamous narco-trafficking region of Peru. And then our fingernails got irradiated from too much sun exposure and started to peel away from our fingers. But throughout all this suffering and countless other problems, we all maintained a belief in what we were doing. And that made all the difference. It would have been easy to quit in the face of all this adversity, but we convinced ourselves to stay and do something that no one had done before. Now, sure, this took a lot of guts, a lot of patience, a lot of grit and resilience, but most of all, it took a belief in ourselves and in our mission. Without full passion and conviction in what we were doing, we never would have succeeded. So please remember that as you go out to find your place in the world. Now, my path to get to this stage has definitely not been a straight line. I left Aspen High School having absolutely no idea what I wanted to do. I only knew that I didn't want what society expected of me, which in 1996 was to get a respectable job, get married, and settle down. Now, of course, there is nothing wrong with wanting these things, but I knew that that life wasn't for me. On my senior year ex-ed, I went desert hiking in Utah. The teachers assigned us to write a journal entry by the end of the week about where we saw ourselves in 5 years and what kind of career we wanted. You all are probably getting asked these kinds of questions a lot right now, and hopefully you found a better answer than what I came up with. Because at the time, I was at a complete loss. So I trekked through desert slot canyons all week, wondering what I was going to do with my life, and I came up with nothing, absolutely nothing. So when it came time to do the journal entry, I wrote, and this is a quote, "I want a job where I can wear whatever kind of clothes I want, and no one will judge me if I spill a little food on my shirt." So yes, this is laughable. But I think more than anything else, this statement expressed my desire not to conform. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew that I wanted to live life on my own terms, no matter how hard and uncomfortable that was. So a few years later, I figured out that whitewater kayaking was my passion. This was after taking many unfulfilling jobs, trying out different majors in college that didn't really interest me, and even going to graduate school. And honestly, I was pretty mad about the fact that kayaking turned out to be my passion. I remember asking myself countless times, "Darcy, why couldn't you be passionate about biochemistry?" But that wasn't my path, and for some reason, kayaking was. So despite a lot of misgivings, I followed this passion. I told myself I could have 5 years of goofing off in kayaking, and then I'd have to get serious about life. But in those 5 years, I found out that I could keep kayaking and find a way to give back to my community. I could keep kayaking and make a living showing the people the rivers I love, pushing them out of their comfort zones, and helping them find joy in doing so. I could keep kayaking and become a role model for future generations of kayakers and non-kayakers alike. Whitewater led me to be a business owner, and owning your own business is a ton of work. But there is also a great level of freedom that it offers that I think is in line with my senior year journal wishes. And dedicating my life to kayaking also allowed me to paddle the entire Amazon, and the Amazon gave me something worthy of writing a book about. And my goal with the book was to inspire other people who may have been discouraged or told in their lives that they can't or shouldn't do something because of their gender, their stature, or some other unavoidable personal attribute. And all of this feels like success to me, and I did it on my own terms. But it took me a really long time to get here, which hopefully gives peace of mind to those of you on this stage who don't yet know what it is you're meant to do. And as you all leave here today to start the next chapter of your lives, there's 3 ideas I would like you to consider. Number 1, the best thing you can do for yourselves right now is to think deeply about what success means to you. Not to your parents, not to your friends, not to anybody else, but what does it mean to you? As leadership author Brené Brown says, we fail the minute we let someone else define success for us. Number 2, chase whatever goals you want and don't worry about what anyone else thinks, as hard as this is. Once you figure out what you love to do, what your purpose on this planet is, throw your whole being into it and don't hold anything back. Trust that by pursuing what is important to you, things will work out. And it might take a long time to figure out what you love to do, but that's okay. Be patient, keep looking, and don't lose faith. As Steve Jobs said, I know that it doesn't feel this way today, but your time on this earth is limited, so please don't waste it living someone else's life. Number 3, you should realize now that chasing your dreams will be risky, and achieving all you want to achieve is going to be much harder than you can imagine. You will likely have more failures than successes, and that's okay. Learn from your failures and try again. Don't expect things to go smoothly, and don't shy away from hard things. Run at them head first, and embrace adversity as something to learn from. Social justice lawyer Louis Brandeis said, if you would only recognize that life is hard, things would be so much easier for you. Now, growing up in Aspen, it took me a while to learn this lesson, but it couldn't be truer. It's when we start expecting things to go our way that we set ourselves up for disappointment. Now, you all know a little something about disappointment as your young lives were disrupted by COVID. And no doubt you've already faced plenty of other challenges, but you persevered. You got to this stage. You are tough and courageous, and you have what it takes. Remember that success and happiness are byproducts of following a path of your own making. So be confident, be bold, and be creative in what you choose to do. Congratulations to all of you, and I wish you well on your next big adventure. And now please welcome Belle Voce and Aspen Voices Choir to the stage to perform The Times They Are A-Changin' by Bob Dylan.
Wow, how about another round of applause for those singers? That was amazing. Hello, my name is Brendan Dignan, and I'm one of 2 post-secondary counselors here, and it is genuinely a pleasure and an honor to invite Edwin Ryerson and his family up to the stage. Edwin represents the graduating class of 2024 as the Pyramid Speaker of Aspen High School. The Pyramid Speaker is chosen by the graduating class of Aspen High School as someone who has shown themselves to be well-rounded, who is highly regarded by their peers, and whose voice the class of 2024 would like to hear. Edwin is graduating summa cum laude and recipient of the Pacesetter Award for Computer Science, the C. Welton Anderson Humanitarian Award, and the Rotary Scholarship. He is a member of the cross-country skiing national competition team, varsity cross-country running team, and founding member of the Alcohol and Drug Awareness Club. And he will be attending Harvard University, where he will study computer science. Zala Smalls, take note. Students, friends, and families, and distinguished guests, please show your appreciation for Aspen's 2023 Pyramid Speaker, Edwin Ryerson.
Hey guys, thanks for being here. Free the heel and ski for real. The mantra synonymous with telemark skiing. I was fortunate to be shepherded to this way of life by my dad, Telly Ned. Although my mom is newer to telly skiing, she brought the similarly free-heeled cross-country skiing into my life. The ethos of our mountain town may be best embodied through the formation of lifelong skiers as children. My parents put me on plastic skis in the yard as soon as I could walk, which seems to be the standard training regimen they prescribe for parents in Aspen. We are instilled with a sense of adventure and curiosity through the pursuit of extreme sports and the outdoors. Our community gives us this innate appreciation of the natural world, which fortunately we take full advantage of as a school community through our group camping nights. For better, it seems we have leaned into camping the weekend before school starts the past few years, holding on to summer and our outdoors. As a class, we're lucky to experience the unique outdoor and experiential education programs through the Aspen School District. And I think it's great. Everybody gets to tele-ski in 6th grade on the hut trip. The nature of tele-skiing lends itself to a freer mind. As we shift from one turn to another, one knee drop to another, we pass through phases, maybe percentages, but perhaps this scale is confining. As we move through our 4th dimension of time, we can achieve any 3-dimensional position, an XYZ coordinate on Earth. Mathematically, maybe we can calculate the gradient and find the most likely path of our turns, but you have control over that unique movement. That is the beauty of skiing in nature. There is spontaneity and uncertainty, but you do have control over your actions and dictate the life you live. In a sense, this points to the nonlinear path that we take. Often, we have our own goals or goals given to us. Maybe it is graduating high school. Yet this clearly defined goal explicitly does not have a defined path. Each of us has our own. I think this is well illustrated by the childhood favorite toilet bowl on buttermilk, where you can take many paths down the concave slope, yet all paths descend on the entirely too long and flat catwalk. As we distinctly converge as a group on this graduation, this single point in time, we also approach that opening at the end of the catwalk in which each of us embarks on our own path down the next run. Personally, I'm a huge fan of Brody's path and his transition from snowboarding to tele-skiing, and a little bummed by my twin sister's recent switch from tele to alpine skiing, and that's okay. Adelaide might not like math as much as I do, but she knows how to use a camera to capture the sports we love. She has me beat in a lot of categories. She was born first, she learned to walk before me, she learned to talk before me, so I've been playing catch-up ever since. However, I would be confident that I'm now leading the talking scoreboard as the proud owner of the nickname Larry Loudmouth throughout middle school. But importantly, we have our own unique talents and interests. Last summer, I was diagnosed with sleep apnea, which means my body doesn't always breathe when I'm sleeping. Adelaide was so mad not to share this with me. Although I get to look super cool every night with my Darth Vader mask, it wouldn't do anything to help her. This lends to the importance of balance in our lives as we move forward, created by the morals, activities, and people surrounding us and making us uniquely who we are. That is, finding the importance of your own interests and support from your community, like the Roaring Fork Valley. Although my balance is terrible, luckily I know my classmates, who are all amazing athletes, artists, students, and activists, can at least stand on one foot longer than I can, and definitely balance their lives in the future. You know, as the pyramid speaker, it might be blasphemy not to acknowledge the peak. It occurred to me at senior sunset earlier this week that pyramid may be the most prominent peak in our daily lives. It is there on our drive to school, it is there as we compete on the turf, and it will be there after we graduate. Perhaps fittingly, it qualifies as a 14er by only 18 feet, and here we are, a group of mostly 18-year-olds, barely adults, and yet we embark on this journey out of adolescence while maintaining our inner child with the bounce house, slip and slide, and reintroduction of the boat last week. Now for my friends in Aspen High School's class of 2024, make sure to enjoy the experience, and as my dad says, smile and look where you are going. That's it. Oh, God. And now, please join me in welcoming Jessica Veazey to the stage to perform When We Were Young by Adele.
Everybody loves the things you do, from the way you talk to the way you move. Everybody here is watching you, 'cause you feel like home. You're like a dream come true. What if by chance you're here alone? Can I have a moment before I go? 'Cause I've been by myself all night long, hoping you're someone I used to know. You look like a movie, you sound like a song. My God, this reminds me of when we were young. Let me photograph you in this light, in case it is the last time that we might be exactly like we were before we realized we were sad of getting old. It made us restless. It was just like a movie. It was just like a song. I was so scared to face my fears, 'cause nobody told me that you would be here. And I swear you moved overseas. That's what you said when you left me. You still look like a movie. You still sound like a song. My God, this reminds me of when we were young. Let me photograph you in this light, in case it is the last time that we might be exactly like we were before we realized we were sad of getting old. It made us restless. It was just like a movie. It was just like a song when we were young, when we were young, when we were young, when we were young. It's hard to let me go. Everything just takes me back to when you were there, to when you were there. And a part of me still holding on, just in case it hasn't gone. I guess I still care. Do you still care? It was just like a movie. It was just like a song. My God, this reminds me of when we were young. In case it is the last time that we might be exactly like we were before we realized we were sad of getting old. It made us restless. Oh, I'm so mad I'm getting old. It makes me reckless. It was just like a movie. It was just like a song when we were young.
Wow, that was incredible. Hello, my name is Eileen Knapp, and I am the IB Diploma Program Coordinator. At this time, I would like for Zala Smalls and her parents to join me here at the podium. Zala Smalls represents the graduating class of 2024 as the Capital Speaker of Aspen High School. The Capital Speaker is chosen by the faculty of Aspen High School as someone who shows themselves to be well-rounded and who is highly regarded by the faculty. Zala is graduating cum laude and is a recipient of the Pacesetter Language Acquisition Award for Spanish and the C. Welton Anderson Humanitarian Award. She is an IB Diploma candidate, a member of the AVSC Free Ride Team and AHS Ski Team, in addition to the competitive climbing team, peer tutoring, and the astronomy club. She will be attending Middlebury College. Students, friends, families, and distinguished guests, please show your appreciation for Aspen's 2024 Capitol Speaker, Zala Smalls.
Wrong speech. Hello, friends, family, faculty, and community members, and of course, the reason we are all here today. Hello to my fellow graduates, the class of 2024. I'm Zala. Most of you know me as the born and raised mountain girl who was always missing class for climbing, skiing, or any form of adventure. So true to my reputation, I would love to take you all on an adventure right now. A symbolic climb up Capitol Peak, a reflection on the parallels of the mountains surrounding us and our high school experience. In August of 2020, as COVID summer drew to a close, we prepared for an uncertain start to freshman year. I climbed Capitol Peak that summer, standing at 14,138 feet. It was a mountain I grew up staring at in awe. This daunting objective perfectly mirrors many of our key high school experiences. My route choice was atypical, and so was our start to high school. I began bushwhacking my way off the trail and navigating the unfamiliar landscape of Capitol's backside. Using the same attitude, I distinctly remember logging on to my first class of high school, sitting in the waiting room and seeing all of my classmates in their tiny little squares. The phrase, "cameras on, please," and the never-ending string of awkward technical difficulties still haunt me to this day. As I pitched my tent and nestled in for a night of high alpine sleep before the summit attempt, I had the same butterflies as the sleep before my first day of in-person school. No longer a complete baby freshman, but still riddled with the same unfamiliarity and nervous excitement of starting at a new school. The night was short and passed me by almost as quickly as my sophomore and junior years, filled with lots of STAR tests, class meetings, sports, morning announcements, IB classes, and some mild to severe procrastination. As I pitched, in the morning, I rose before the sun in proper alpine start form, grabbing a quick snack and a lukewarm cup of hot cocoa because my impatience got the best of me mid-jet boil. The same ritual we all took part in at the start of our senior year. Some quick donut holes and we were off on the last leg of our high school expedition. As I navigated the vast boulder field filled with unstable rocks trying to throw me off balance, I jumped from one rock to the next, and then suddenly I heard it. The shift and the echo of the rock below me moving. My heart sank as I prepared for the worst, the same horrible feeling that consumes me as Power School loads and test grades are published. Before I gained the ridge, I took a quick and essential snack break, munching on my favorites, sour gummy worms and Chex Mix, perfect mountain fuel. Our shared hours of set, like my little snack breaks, provided us with the opportunity to reflect, talk to teachers, and keep up in school, which we all know I took full advantage of. Although it would be a bonus if this student empowerment time included snacks, I've been missing the goldfish and fig Newtons routine from preschool. As I scrambled to the top of the ridge and the view doubled to reveal the overlook of our entire valley, I was speechless. Ahead, I could see the clear challenges that lay in my path to the peak. The jagged ridge formatted almost as nicely as our lovely senior timeline. Nearly synonymous with Capitol itself, the knife edge has become the notorious next thought whenever the peak is mentioned. The same is true of the constant questioning about your future, as it's soon revealed that we are all seniors. Like the knife edge, making decisions about our future was the crux of our ascent, but it was also the most rewarding. After climbing up and over K2 and gracefully scooting over the knife edge, all that remains is the final scramble to the top. Though short in mileage, it seems to drag on, tiring, like the marathon of grad parties and events leading up to right now. Today, we stand on the summit of our high school climb, just like I stood on the summit of Capitol. Take it all in. This is the ultimate recognition of all of our accomplishments and our last formal gathering before we disperse in search of our own callings. The hike down often passes by too quickly as we rush to get back to a comfy bed and a hot shower, but I urge you not to overlook it. As is often said in the world of mountaineering, the summit is only halfway. So I would like to utilize this second half to reflect and share some gratitude. Thank you to all of the parents, siblings, teachers, and everyone who has helped us along the way. You all make our adventures possible, supporting us along our various paths. I'm so grateful for all of the opportunities this community has provided me with, and I'm honored to carry the lessons I have learned with me wherever I go. So now, class of 2024, grab your maps, your knowledge, and your adventurous spirits. Indulge fully in your next adventures. I can't wait to hear all of your stories. See you in the mountains, at the beaches, or wherever your big hearts land you. Good luck to us all, and thank you.
Thank you to both Edwin and Zala. Seniors, bonjour, buenos dias, good morning. This is the last time you get to hear that. You have made it. You began your high school career in the midst of a global pandemic, mostly at home, but you have continued the tradition of excellence at Aspen High School. And you are ending your high school careers with the utmost success. The class of 2024 has excelled in every way possible over the last 4 years. Whether you are amassing hundreds of service hours, 301 hours was the record this year, taking myriad IB classes, fulfilling the IB diploma, working full-time outside of school, participating in robotics or FBLA, acting in our productions, singing in our choir, playing in our band, getting certified to teach skiing or yoga, becoming a private pilot, writing for the newspaper, leading the work of the Hope Squad, starring in or producing Skier TV, creating incredible art, being Aspen ambassadors and peer tutors, your work with Student Senate, excelling in athletics, being a part of state and national championship teams, and so much more. Each member of the class of 2024 stands as an example of individual success and the very best that Aspen has to offer. You may not realize that we began our high school journey together. When you started your 9th grade year in August 2020, mostly at home online, Becky and I were starting our journey as the leaders of Aspen High School. We have watched you grow from tiny little faces in small squares on the screen to the incredible humans we see before us. No longer the shy, unsure freshmen, you have all risen to challenges you never imagined, and now you are ready to face all that this world has to offer you. Yes, you are ready. Your time in your classes with your teachers, on ExEd, competing in athletics, performing on stage, and engaging with each other have prepared you. Every single student on this stage has a post-secondary plan. Whether you're entering the workforce, pursuing a trade, taking a gap year, or matriculating to a 2 or 4 year school. Be risk takers and learn from your failures even more than your successes. Be caring and principled because how you treat people matters more than any degree, title, or paycheck. Be open-minded and reflective so that you never miss an opportunity to learn and to grow. And never forget that balance in life is key. Even better, strive for harmony. Take the time to nurture your mind, your body, and spirit, and follow your passions, just like Darcy did, wherever they may take you. Your path is yours alone. In the words of Ralph Waldo Emerson, to be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Be distinctly you. You are ready. Students of the class of 2024, it is an honor and a privilege to stand before you today as we commemorate this significant milestone in your lives. Relish the day that you all so richly deserve. You will be sorely missed, not only by me, but also by the staff and other students of Aspen High School. We look forward to hearing about all of your future successes. There will be many. As alumni, you will always be welcome in our halls. Please come back and tell us how you are and say hello. And remember, go Skiers. Okay. Dr. Giesel, the seniors before us have satisfied the graduation requirements set forth by the Aspen School District Board of Education. On behalf of the entire staff at Aspen High School and the Aspen community, I present these seniors to you to accept this senior class for diploma distribution.
As president of the Board of Education, I hereby accept that the students before me have completed the required course of study and met the guidelines set forth by this board to graduate from Aspen High School. These diplomas will certify that these students have graduated from Aspen High School on this day, 1st June 2024.
Owen Lee Nelson. Siri Juliana O'Connell. Jared Etienne Andrade. Kenya Evelyn Andres. Tessa Jade Andrulitis. Anishka Ashcraft. Liam Leslie Serrato Azarkan. Alika Catherine Bassi. Tanner Dale Benson. Phoebe Desdemona Bianchi. Cassia Gillum Bone. Josephine Marie Bradley. Gracie Ray Brown. Quinn Perrin Brutzart. Sylvia Sophia Buck. Matthew Robert Carencross. Suzette Vanessa Campuzano. Cameron Christopher Case. Christian Royal Cathers. Zane George Chambers. Adeline Christensen. Benjamin Timothy Clark. Catherine Grace Klettenberg. Olivia Fox Cook. Elizabeth Diane Creamer. Sophia Marie Darmeau de Berned. Leilani Jenny D. Pamphilis. Saffron Isabel DeBacker. Ronan Magagny Donnelly. Maggie Grace Durham. Nicholas Sky Durso. Lars Brooks Earl. Carlos Enriquez. Sofia Diego Esteban. Maya Elise Etlinger. Montana Sky Nevada Flynn. Sasha Elting Foreman. Brody Sam Fox. Chloe June Freeman. William Montgomery Girardi. Sylvie Oliver Sharp Goldman. Victoria Gaia Gortan. Teresa Marie Guylander. Nicolette Gutierrez Lugo. Madeline Claire Harder. William Richard Hanneman. Jake Harrison Hartley. Amelia May Hecht. Ambler Faith Henderson. Sienna Noel Hendrickson. Giovanna Haven Henriken. Kelly Rivers Hillicky. Sarah Hamani. Grace Lucille Hollander. Claire Elizabeth Irvin. Stella Bennett Iverson. Sam Kenneth Jansen. Skylar Devin Johnstone. Tio Clyde Joseph. Savannah Starr Callis. Chase Patrick Kelly. Jonathan Patrick Kelly. Mark Edward Kelly. Matthew Evan Kelly. Yasmin Kanfaruki. Lauren Elaine Kinney. Eli Stephen Kissel. Aiden Robert Knight. Skady Sunflower Marie Costa. Niklaus Lowell Kuhn. Philexis Albinus Kirkulis. Joaquin Nicholas Ladrón de Guevara Vera. Madeline Lee. Nathan Rendell Levy. Taylor Morgan Lewis. Kira Fuyuan Locke. Alexander Carter Marin. Conrad Harrison Martin. Kaio Trey Martin. Madeline Ann McAllister. John Thomas McCormick. Christopher Bowden McDowell. James Edward Mellentine. Matthew Martin Mendoza. Freya Arden Rosemary Monahan. Trayman Ryan Morrissey. Kailani Mailia Nakagawa. Clementine Rose Nerl Robertson. Grace Rebecca Ann O'Callahan. Brooke Lynn O'Sullivan. Ella Michelle Pendarvis. Ashley Amy Perez. Andrew Bloomkiss Purley. Fiona Jean-Vieve Peters. Mason Gray Fothman. Eric Rich Phillips. Bryce William Platek. Tess Marie Power. Charles Ryan Pullis. Kathleen Jane Rarup. Grayson Rose Rogers. Story Sophia Rondeau. Adelaide Brown Ryerson. Edwin O'Brien Ryerson. Jeremy William Sachs. Stella Claire Scanlon. Jackson Robert Gary Scott. Caleb Todd Seward. Henry Aram Shaw. Zoe Victoria Sinclair. Benjamin Michael Schlossberg. Zala Smalls. Nico Montgomery Smith. Riley Lynn Smith. Andrew Solis. Rodney James Stephen Stoll. Paige Elise Strecker. Skylar Tarallo. Reedy Jordan Taylor. Peyton Tucker Thomas. Bridger George Thompson. Nadia Ruth Thornley. Jonah Tornar. Aiden Foreman Tracy. Elsa Rose Tuller. Jessica Ruth Iona Veazey. Ty Anthony Vincent. Joshua Joseph Ward. Ariel Rosemarie Washburn. Alexandra Ann Weinberg. Clea Temple Weldon. Bryson Edgar Wells. Bodie Hedrick Yang. Peyton Allen Young.
Friends, family, faculty, and distinguished guests, at this time we will have our co-heads of school, Brooke O'Sullivan and William Girardi, lead our graduates in the changing of the tassel. I now present to you Aspen High School's graduating class of 2024.
Someone's laid up here. GZG. Oh, the microphone.
Does it matter? Like, I don't know. You gotta come back out when I walk in.
I have to update the IG.
Elite aim.